There's been so many highs in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But I think for me, definitely, Dragon's Den was really up there. I have wanted to be on Dragon's Den since I was a little girl. So to be asked to be on it, we were asked, we didn't apply, just wanted to caveat that, was a massive, massive pro for us. And I think it really showed us that, you know, we were making a difference, people were noticing our product.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, we had some nervy times the morning of going on the show, didn't we? Me and you walking around Manchester, practicing our pitch. I mean, how many times have we practiced that pitch?
Literally. And by the way, you guys see like 12 minutes. We were in there for about 3 hours, so it's just a tiny snippet. But
and it was very hot.
Very hot.
Under the lights.
And also because of COVID and quarantine and all that stuff, Simon and I were actually sectioned away from each other, so we had to sit in our dressing rooms separate and didn't have the ability to even interact with each other. So, but to be on the actual show was incredible, and I think the airing of the show, which was probably, what was it, 8 months later?
Yes, we filmed it in September and then it went live in April. And we don't get to see it until everyone else does on the BBC. So that was really scary because there'd been 3 hours of filming. We couldn't really remember what we said, and to have to watch that back alongside millions and millions of people was pretty
Yeah, but then our iconic moment was what?
This
Yeah!
That was good, I love that.
That was my idea. So that was incredible, and I think what was amazing is that people started to understand the impact that the toothpaste industry has on the world and plastic problem. And you know, we have people really conversing. You know, for us, I think that was such a momentous moment, you know, because people were like, oh my gosh, this is something that I want to try, and they started to question toothpaste tubes and what they were using and so forth. So I think that was definitely one of my biggest game changers last year.
Yeah, and I think obviously the feedback from customers and new customers, I mean, we grew dramatically overnight. That was awesome, but also the feedback from the profession and other dentists supporting us in this mission to try and change the way that we brushed our teeth was really nice to see, because we were a bit nervous about that going on, how we'd be received by the profession. Sometimes it can be a bit of a hostile environment, but actually everyone was so positive and so supportive of what we were doing. So yeah, that's got to be the highlight of last year, but I think the second one, the very close second, was the retailer listings that we've had.
Yes.
So to be the first toothpaste tablet in the country on the shelves of a national supermarket like Sainsbury's was a bit of a mental time, wasn't it, to see it on the shelves?
I was literally like, Mum, I've made it.
Yeah.
Like, there is me with my selfie in Sainsbury's, and again, just to have that recognition in such incredible stores was just a real pinch me moment, I think, for all of us. But Simon, I'm not going to let you forget one of our first meetings when we were thinking of our names and what we should call the product. We were thinking about something that people could recognise as being sustainable, sounds good, has almost like a hidden meaning, you know, in a way that it's a different language. So anyways, we had this whole list that we came up with, and Simon came up with Pärla, and then he proudly said, if this works, I'm going to call my second child Pärla. However, he did have a second child and he called it Aubrey, so I'm holding you accountable for that.
We decided that Pärla's a girl's name, so if I have a girl, then we can talk.
Okay. Megan, watch out. Megan's his wife. So child number 3 will be called Dr Chard.
So I think one of the hardest things that we've had to encounter in the last 2 years is just what every startup founder has to deal with. Every single nasty comment on social media, or something doesn't go quite right. I mean, we've built our business through COVID, so we've not known anything else other than just crisis all the time, but we've got through it together. I think it's been an amazing emotional roller coaster, hasn't it? And we've learned a lot along the way.
I think one of the other things is also to keep it real. Simon and I are very passionate about mental health, and running 2 businesses at the same time has been probably one of the biggest challenges that we've both faced. You know, you're trying to run a dental clinic, look after patients, you know, manage a team, and also deal with a startup which has so many inherent challenges, but you know, balancing both of them together I think has been one of the most difficult things. Obviously being like a single one-man band running my business, and Simon being from a family, you know, where you've also got kids and a wife and everything, you know, there's been all those things, and I think it's really important to just check yourself, as they say, and really kind of ground yourself whilst all of that is going on, because everyone sees the surface and the glam and the business, and I was like, I want to do this, and I want to have a product, but creating something that's actually going to work has a lot of tears, graft and grind behind it.
So I mean, there's so much for us to be looking forward to in 2022. We've seen incredible growth over the last few months, and we really, nothing makes us happier than to see our customers telling their friends, telling their colleagues, helping to spread this mission that we're so passionate about. We've also got some incredible innovation coming up. We've been working really hard as a team to put together some really exciting, groundbreaking, world first new products that are going to completely disrupt the oral care space. So we're super excited about that, aren't we?
Yeah, and we're also adding more and more people to the Pärla family and the Pärla tribe. And we've got some very exciting names that are behind the brand, supporting it and really helping us on this toothpaste revolution.
One of the biggest challenges we've had with building Pärla is every single time we wanted to make a decision about packaging or about ingredients, it's not as simple as just saying that looks nice or that's cost effective for us. Actually, we have to build all of that in, which is normal stuff for a startup, alongside is that sustainable? Is that the right ethical decision? And that might seem like a really easy thing to do, but there's a reason that the mass market toothpaste make things at a really low price point and at huge scale, and that's because that's the easiest thing to do. For us, we have to make these decisions, these really hard decisions, to actually go for something that's more expensive or doesn't maybe look quite as aesthetically nice as we'd like it to, because it's the more sustainable option. And that goes for everything to do with the cardboard that we use, the manufacturers that we use, what the ingredients that go in. Even today, myself and our MD were talking with our manufacturer about various ingredients that we don't want to use because there's more ethical options out there, or more natural options, or cleaner options. Those sort of decisions are actually really difficult, and it's what makes running a truly sustainable startup so much more complicated. But it's the reason that we're doing it, and it's the mission that we're on.
And we won't compromise, and that's the key thing. You know, when we found out that so many toothpaste contain bulking agents and additives, you know, we said, you know what, we're not going to do that. And if that means working harder and spending more money to make our product truly better for you and the planet, that is the mission that we're on, and that's what we'll stay true to.
Teasing all over.
Go on. One for the bloopers. Okay.
Yeah.